Good morning ish or afternoon. What is it like? Damn, it's already 11 o'clock already, bro. Shit, time goes by so quick nowadays. I swear. But where am I? I always tell where I'm at. I don't know why in my videos, but I'm on Highway 680 south north, doing a bunch of shit. I'm out here in the Bay Area. But check this out. It doesn't matter if you broke, busted, or disgusted. You could be some bum on the street. You know, teeth knocked out of their face. You know, drugged out, fucked up. You could be poor, not have a bunch of status or influence. Man, it doesn't mean you don't know what you're talking about, bro. You gotta listen, bro, because check this out. We're all vessels. Everyone you see, we're all vessels. And God speaks through all of us, man. You know, the fucked up part about our, especially American society is, we'll only listen to somebody who has a bunch of money, has a bunch of chains and shit, bro. Oh yeah, they know what they're talking about. Because all we care about is money, right? I was at the park last week. I was at the park where I live, and I just go there to the little goose park. And this Indian guy came up to me, he's from India, and he started talking to me. You know, and he's, I don't know, we got into some conversation. And I asked him, do you like life better here, or do you like life better in India? He said, I like it better over there. You know why? I was like, why? He's like, because all you guys care about is money over here in America. That's the only thing that matters to you guys, right? So we won't take advice from, we'll take advice from who we want to take advice from. Preferably us ignorant ass like Americans, only if they're a fucking celebrity, a tall, handsome celebrity with a whole bunch of money. That's the only way we'll take advice from people, because we fucking ignorant, bro. Like, we only take advice from rich people, or people with money, man, because that's all we care about, bro. That's all we care about is money. Damn, there's a bunch of bullshit in the freeway. Hold on, let me do some evasive maneuvers. There we go. Alright. Well, it's like all we care about is money out here. Dude, we'll miss the most important science, bro. We'll miss the most profound insight. Because someone we didn't like who told it to us, or we were like, oh, they broke. Especially in hip-hop culture, bro. Especially in ignorant-ass hip-hop culture, bro. Like, as someone who followed hip-hop culture for a while, most ignorant bullshit ever. And when I say culture, it's just consumerism, right? But it's like, man, we'll neglect the most profound insight from people because we don't like who it's coming from. Oh, but their shoes are ripped. Oh, but they don't have a bunch of money. Why should I listen to them? You know, we're all vessels, bro. Our money doesn't fucking matter, bro. It doesn't matter when we die either, bro, because you don't take that shit with you. You're not rich when you die, bro. You're not poor when you die either. You just die and you pass on to the next life. Shit doesn't matter. Doesn't matter how pretty you are. Doesn't matter how much money or influence you have, how many bitches you fuck, how much money you got in your bank account. That's not where wisdom that's not where wisdom comes from, bro. That comes from experience. And like I said again, I'll say it again, God speaks to us all, bro, because we're vessels. We're vessels for God to speak through. And God can speak through to you in all kind of forms, bro, to all kind of people, man. You have to be still and you have to listen, bro, and you get the most profound insight you'll ever get. The most profound insight I ever got was just from fucking just regular ass people, man. It wasn't from celebrities or some damn YouTube videos of celebrities and rich people, trying to sound deep and shit on some clip. It was from regular ass people in my day-to-day life, bro. Let me tell you a story, right? So this was years ago, a little after my mom died, and it was like the first time I was really just like alone in life, where I was like, I didn't have anybody around me. So during the pandemic, so I was just by myself, like really by myself. I didn't have any pets. I didn't have anybody to talk to. I didn't have any bars to go run to and escape to. I didn't have anybody to talk to. None of that shit. I wasn't really, I was on social media at the time, so I wasn't scrolling through. I wasn't on any of that. I was just me. I was just me and the Almighty God, bro. I was just by myself, 10 toes down. I was at the grocery store, and I had a couple items with me, and there was this old lady in front of me, and she had a full shopping cart. She turned around and looked at me, and I smiled at her, and she said, "Go ahead of me." And I was just like, "Oh shit!" I was like, "All right, calm down." I was like, "Okay." I was like, "Hey, thank you." She said, "Just go ahead of me," And I was like, "Thank you." She said it kind of in a very demanding, kind of mean-ish kind of voice, or a very stern voice. Okay. So I checked out my couple items, and I turned around and said, "Hey, thank you again." She's like, you need to speak up. Just what she said, you need to speak up. And I was like, okay, I got you. And she's like, speak up. And, and then that was it. That was into that transaction. I left. And it took me a little while. That took me like maybe a few months, maybe a year after that, I thought about that same moment again. And I was just like, damn, bro, you do need to speak up, bro. You let people walk all over you. You have something to say and you don't say it because you don't want to ruffle feathers. You don't want to sound rude. You don't want to make waves. And you don't say nothing, bro. And then, you have valuable insight that maybe needs to get out, or you have something to say, or you need to stand up for something, but you just too scared to ruffle feathers. You're too scared that what people are gonna think, man. So you don't even speak up for yourself, bro. You don't speak up for others. That's just an example of like profound insight you get from just regular people in your regular everyday life. No, that wasn't some big celebrity. Like I said, it wasn't no big ass celebrity, nothing like that, bro. Just a regular person. So the whole point of this video is, man, like you gotta listen because you'll get the most profound insight from the most unexpected people. I don't care if don't judge people. I don't care if they have drug addictions. I don't care if you perceive them as poor or whatever the fuck you perceive them as. I don't care, man. You gotta listen, man, because you don't know when God's speaking through someone new. So that's all I had to say about this video. Very short. It's something that came to me, man, when I was driving. But yeah, I hope you enjoyed your day, and peace.